viewers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're looking at how to make this beautiful cropped wrap top with a smoky sleeve. Kindly watch till the end. Thanks. Hello guys, in today's video we'll be looking at how to make a cropped wrap top with a balloon sleeve. So I'll be using this fabric to illustrate on that. So just watch. So the length of the top I'll be working with is 16 inches and I'll add 2 inches extra to it, making it 18 inches. So I'll just mark that. And mind you, I'll be cutting the back part first before cutting the front part of the dress. I'll be using the back to cut the front. I have a video on how to cut a wrapped bag, but this is another method of doing that. This method is easier. So I just folded this fabric into two using my box measurement plus 2 inches extra. And this is my starting line. From this point, mark 18 inches. It's a crop top. Okay, so I'll just mark my zipper allowance 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches. Okay, this is my zipper allowance and this is my shoulder line. So away from the zipper allowance, just watch how I'll place my tape. I'll take my shoulder measurement, which is 15 inches, divide by 2 will give me 7.5. At that point, I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope, then 3 inches along the neckline. All measurements starts after your zipper allowance. 3 inches for this is just to create my neck slope, my shoulder slope, sorry. So this is my shoulder slope. So I'll just come down for my armhole measurement, 15 inches, divide by 2, give me 7.5. Okay, I just connected the line from my shoulder to my armhole distance, that's the round armhole. So after doing that, now to create my armhole curve, I'll go in by 1 inch here from the middle part like this. Then I'll derive the midpoint of my armhole, which is 3.75. Then I'll connect it to the 1 inch, just like so. Okay, or I can just go ahead and use my armhole ruler. I'm just explaining this for those who don't have their rule. So from my shoulder line, I'll come down by 10 inches, which is my breast point. Serve as my breast point line. My half length, 14 inches. Then the rest will be for the top length. So on the bust line now, impute my bust measurements, which is 34 inches, divide by 4, give me 8.5, plus 1.5 inches seam allowance. You can choose to use 2 inches or 1.5 inches for your seam allowance. Okay, so on my waistline now, impute my waist measurements, which is 28 inches, divide by 4, give me 7 inches. You divide your waist measurement by 4, your bust measurement by 4, your shoulder measurement by 2, and your armhole measurement by 2. So I'll go ahead and impute 1.5 inches seam allowance. I'll take same measurement I'm having on my waistline at the length of the dress, which is 7 inches plus 1.5 inches seam allowance. And this is like my lower waist. Like I said, it's a crop top. So I'll just connect my measurement together. Okay. So for the neckline now. Okay, for my neck width, I'll be using 3 inches. You can use 3 inches or 3.5 inches, depending on the size of the body you're working with. For a chubby person, I'll advise 3.5. So I'll just connect it together. So I'll just cut it out. I'll open up my zipper allowance. Okay. So I'll extend the neckline to my zipper allowance. So I'll just extend the neckline to this way like this. Okay, cut my neckline out, my shoulder slope, and armhole. Okay, so this is, I'll notch my zipper allowance. Okay, this is for the back part. So we'll be using this now to cut the front part of our wrap top, sorry. Okay, for the front part now, I'll bring my back dress. Remember I said we'll be using the back to cut the front. So I'll just place it this way. Just place it on it. Okay, so this is the back dress, this is my zipper allowance. So I'll just fold the zipper allowance inward. Okay, in order not to add extra inches to what I want to do, I'll trace out the side area of my top. I'll just trace it out like so. The armhole, my shoulder, and my neckline. Okay, and the length of the top. Okay, as you can see, I'm having extra. I left some space here, so we need like 6 inches for our wrap. So this is 6 inches here. So just trim off the excesses I'm having here. I'll cut the sides, my armhole, and the shoulder. Okay. Okay. So you mark 6 inches. That's around the zipper area. You mark 6 inches. 6 inches. Then you mark your neckline, that 4.5 inches where we stopped here. Okay, so I'll just use my curve ruler to connect from this 4.5 inches to meet with the 6 inches I marked here. You just connect in a curvy way like this. You can choose to make it straight. Okay, so I just connected it. So what I'll be doing, since I want it a little bit curvy, so I'll just mark from my shoulder line, I'll come down by 6 inches. So I want that side to be a little bit open. So I'll just mark half inch. Then I'll curve from this point like so. Connect to the half inch. Just like this. Because I want that side to be a little bit curvy. Okay. So go ahead and cut this out. So I'll just place it and cut it right side facing each other in order not to get two different faces. Okay guys, I've cut the two piece out from my front. Let me show you how it will look like. You just have to place it like this. It's very simple, and this is how the wrap is going to be. If you want it wider, then you can just shift it. Or if you want it closer, you bring it closer. So that's all about the wrap. So I'll just cut my lining now, and this wrap top is going to have a belt. So this is what I'm using for my belt. I didn't measure this, I just cut it out, but it's 4 inches wide. By the time you fold it into two, it will be 2 inches. So that's just all about the top. So I'll go ahead now and cut my lining, and I'll show you guys on how we sew it. Okay, I've cut out my lining for both the front and the back. What we'll be doing next is to dip the armhole of the front part, because you wouldn't want to leave it that way. To have a perfect cloth, you have to dip the armhole of your front dress. So I'll just place the two together with my armhole as well. Okay, so I'll just derive the midpoint of my armhole. which is 4.5. Then I'll mark half inch there. Then I'll connect from this point. You mark half inch on the midpoint. Then you just connect like this. So I'll cut this out now. I just want to ensure it's equal. Okay. So cut this out. So I'll go ahead now and line my top. I'll line the I'll put the right face. I'll put the lining on the right face of my clothes dress or my top. Sorry, I don't know why I keep on calling it dress. Just place it on it like this. You place your lining on the right face of your top. Then you sew using half inch. Okay, I just feel I should let you guys know about this. You can choose not to put any zipper on this dress. You can just make it an open wrap top. That you just use your best to tie it up at the back or at the front, whichever side you want to put it. So if you want to do it that way, we'll just close up the zipper allowance. Then we'll just sew everything, attach the belt at both ends. Then you just wrap it over and tie. Okay, on the second thought, I just decide not to use zip on my top. So what I'll be doing now, just trim up the zipper allowance and use my belt on it. So I'll just close up the space I created for my zip. Okay. Remember we notched the zipper allowance. So we're trimming it, leaving half inch to join the front and back together. I just decided to do it this way. If you want to put zip in yours, you can do that. Okay. So I just trim it off. What I'll do now, I'll join this separately, and use the lining to turn the Ankara. So just go ahead and match my Ankara. I've lined the front part of my wrapped top. This is the other piece of it, and this is the back part. Like I said, I changed my mind. I don't want zipper at the back again. But if you want to put zip on yours, you can still do the same method you started with. Or if you prefer this way, it's also fine. So what we're doing next is to turn our shoulder. I'll just use I'll place it like this, right side facing each other. Then I'll use my lining, flip it over like this towards the back part, just this way. Then you sew on it using half inch. It's very simple. So if you don't want it to have that joining, you can use either the front or back lining. Okay, this is the front lining. You ensure that it's equal, like you place both the front together this way, then you bring the back lining and flip it on it, then sew. That's all about it. Then I'll shaping the side, leaving um okay, let me just turn the shoulder before showing what I'll do with my belt. This is the belt. I have two pieces, one for each side. So we'll be fixing the belt on the wrap. Okay, since I didn't plan on putting the belt on this side before, so just do the easy method. I'll just tuck this sharp edge of my wrap inward, just choke it, fix it inward like this. So this is how it will look like. Then I'll fix my belt this way. I'll just choke the belt inside and match on it. This is just it's a very simple method though. I'll just fix it inside, then I'll just match on it. I'll do same thing on the other wrap. Then I'll shape in the side area. Okay, I've joined the shoulder and I've also fixed one of the sleeve. This is how it will look. This is how it's looking. You can see the front. I fixed my belt as well, and I created the space I said I'll use for my belt. Okay, right now I'll be showing you how I made this beautiful Canadian sleeve. It's very easy. You just have to fix it and pinch it on each. Okay, for the sleeve now, how I made the sleeve. I first of all cut a normal basic sleeve which is 10 inches long, and this is my satin that I used for the sleeve. Okay, the length of the satin I use is 24 inches long. So what I did first was to create my smoky on this first before I folded it into two. Like I created the smoky on half of it, then I folded it into two like this because it's very wide. I folded it into two like this, and I gather this part up like this. You have to gather it up and fix on the basic sleeve. You just have to gather it up and fix on the basic. Then you make the smoky on one part of the material, like half of it. You just create, divide it into two. That's 12 inches. On that 12 inches, you just create or pinch. You pinch it this way and bend it over, and sew. You match on it just like that. Just pinch it round. Then you fold it over like this way. Then make your ruffles. Then you just gather it up and sew on the basic sleeve. Then that's not all. After doing that, I came down here and I marked 1 inch, and I marked on it where my elastic will pass through. Then I fixed my elastic, and that's all about it. It's so simple. Please, if you like this video, ensure you like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell to be the first to get notified when I upload a new video. Guys, you can see how I've smoked it. I just pinched it round. This is the back part, and you can see the other half is plain, so I'll just fold it into two like this, and I'll gather it up. I'll just gather it on the basic sleeve. So this is how it will be. Then at this lower part now, I'll match 1 inch here. Just match 1 inch. Just match the space your half-inch elastic can fit in perfectly well. I'll just match it straight down like this. I'll just match from this point straight to this end where I'll fix my elastic. Then I'll just gather up the mouth and attach to the basic sleeve. That's all about the hand. So this is how it would be like. Then please ensure that when you are trying to join to your sleeve, where you have your Canadian smoky should be facing the right side of your sleeve, just like this, so that you won't end up having the plain part behind. So what I'll be doing now is to insert my elastic. This is my elastic. Using my pin to insert it. Just fix it. What I usually do, I minus 4 inches from my actual round sleeve measurement to get the accurate elastic I need. But right now I didn't do that because I already know what would be okay for me. But you can use that technique if it can work for you. Okay, this is fine. So I'll just go ahead and sew it up and fix it on my top. So I'll be showing you guys the finishing part of the top when I fixed it. The next thing I'll be doing now is to show you guys the finishing part of this top after fixing the sleeve.